What's up, you guys? I'm Riah, and I'm back here with another video. I know it's been a while. I'm here with another story time. That's all I seem to be doing is story time. But me battling my depression, and every day I have these little minor setbacks that put me back in that place. I think I realized that I was in a really dark place on my birthday last year. Moving out here has been really life-changing, but it wasn't really necessarily about moving out here. It was more of just little things that added up to me being here, and being here by myself. I was more in my thoughts. So there was just little things that just kept happening, even though on the outside you couldn't tell. Anybody that saw me, I was always happy, I was always doing something, I was working on myself physically. When I moved out here, I ran away from a lot of things that happened all at once, and I thought moving out here and being away from it physically would help me a lot, but for some reason moving out here, I got stuck here by myself in my thoughts. Even though I was working, I didn't really know anybody. It's just little things that once you reach a certain age, it's no longer blame people saying it's their fault for these choices you make, because after you reach a certain age, it becomes your fault. Yeah, bullshit happens to everybody every single day, but it's how we handle it that puts us where we brings us to a certain point emotionally. So for some of us, some people like me, I have anxiety, so I'm always in my head. My mind can seriously be my worst enemy. Could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. I have an over-imagination, which is a good and a bad thing. It helps me with writing my stories, because my mind can take me into places deep into my mind that sometimes I wonder how I even can get that deep into my mind and tell these stories. And then there are times where I get really stuck in my head, and it puts me mentally in a really dark, deep hole. And I literally felt so alone. And it's just a whole bunch of things. A lot of people say, oh, you don't tell anybody, you have no friends, you don't hang out with nobody, you're not doing anything, so how can you be depressed? But sometimes depression isn't just not a mental thing, it's also physically. You lose the joy of just to do everything, everyday things. It really took its effect on me, and I have to say it's a scary thing looking back on it. Because when you go through it, you don't really see it. You just think that you're just going by your everyday life. And it was a bunch of things. It was family, because let's just say I had a really, there's things in my life that has happened to me that I can't always talk about. I don't want completely the whole world to know, but I also tell just a few select people, because I'm starting to meet people that are just in the beginning stages of what I went through mentally. Even though I have setbacks every day and I'm still working on it, it's nice to be able to be there to help people, because you were once there not that long ago. Even though you're struggling every day, it's nice to have that mental support in the beginning, so it doesn't put you in that dark place. One thing was with family, because the last encounter I had was family before. Family, kind of the main reason why I just up and left and didn't tell nobody. And a lot of people upset me, but I'm when I was in New York, you wasn't talking to me, you wasn't checking up on me. It was always me that was always hitting somebody up, asking them if they was alright, asking how they were. It's just, you realize a lot of stuff too about yourself when you have a lot of alone time. Family, but then it was also, can't say necessarily a relationship, it was more of a, I put myself in a situation. When you get signs telling you not to mess with somebody and then you continue to do, it's just things happen, so you learn the lesson the hard way. And that's exactly what happened to me. I had to realize a lot about myself and the choices I make relationship-wise, because at one point I was running away from feelings. I didn't want any form of emotions for anybody, because every time I had feelings for somebody, it's just, and it never worked out the way I would want it to. It was always like a physical thing for most guys, but it wasn't just guys. It's like at one point, I can't blame them when I started doing it, when I was always looking for physical for somebody. So me to play myself in the long run, I have nobody to blame but myself, because I was getting the signs that I should slow down with myself, and I wasn't. At the top, like, it was up there with a few other things that like really put me in my dark space. And then when just family was friends, a lot of people who I thought were my friends were like not really my friends, but that was a learning lesson. We all make bad choices when it comes to friends, because who truly knows like right away what a real friendship is. Some people think a real friendship is somebody you hang out with every day, or somebody you go with, party with every single day, or just somebody you could just always talk to. You know, it's a bunch of different reasons that make up a good friend, but we have to realize like some people could be pretending to be your friend just to get something that they want out of you. And then it was just myself, like all the weight I worked so hard to lose before moving out here, I gained it back, but that was also my fault. It kept on going once I put myself in a dark place. But the way my hours were set up, I was only eating like the one day, like once a day, and it was always when I would eat and then go right to bed, because the way my schedule was set up, I was literally just going to work, coming home, eating, going to bed, and then doing the same thing again. And it wasn't like, once I realized I was at a point where it was a little too far. Like I felt like I'd gone too far. Like it was to the point where I almost physically could not walk. Like it hurt. And it was so hard to just get up out of bed every single day just to walk. My feet were swollen. That's how much I spent on my feet. And I kept telling myself it'd be worth it each paycheck. But even on my days off, even if I was laying down trying to relax, it just didn't work. I like literally was walking on the sides of my feet. That's how bad it was hurting. And then working overnights wasn't helping. I worked with somebody I couldn't work with. I mean, that's for another story time about practically getting bullied at work. I was in a dark place, so I kind of just rolled with the punches. Whatever life just was throwing at me, people were throwing at me, I just took it, and it was just like I kept on just going on in my little dark place, because I felt like I was so deep that I almost could not get out. But for some reason, even though I physically did not want to do anything, I literally just stayed in bed on my days off and just eat and watch TV. Like I literally lived off of takeout for a couple of months. I'm on and off sometimes with wanting to hang out. Like sometimes, like mentally I have the energy, but physically I don't have the energy. And I'll talk about how I want to go do this, I want to do that. I just want to go and have fun. But I always talked about it, but never really did it. So when I made plans for my birthday, it was my 27th birthday. I made plans. Like I literally took a whole week off and made all these plans to go out, to do things, and not a single thing that I planned. Not a single thing that I planned actually went through. I literally, like, it was so bad. Like, I had the worst luck. It wasn't even funny. Besides spending by itself, I couldn't even, like, get any type of, like, bud to smoke. I barely heard from somebody. I was in physical pain. And then, only person that I was really supposed to be hanging out with was my best friend. And she couldn't even make it. And I don't blame her. When you have responsibilities, like, I mean, we all have responsibilities, but when you also have extra responsibilities to the point you're responsible for another life, I can understand when you can't just up and just do things that you once was able to do. So I don't blame her not being able to make it at all. And just shit happens. Like, she has bad luck like I do. Just like, I'm at the point where when shit just crap just happens to me, I'm just like, I'm not even surprised. That would be my luck. Being alone by myself on my birthday, I had some more time, even though I spent a lot of time by myself, but I've had more time to really think about my well-being and where I was at and all this pain I was going through and everything. And it made me realize a lot of things that I really did lose myself. It was so bad that at the point where I didn't even feel like anybody should be attracted to me. Like, I wasn't good enough to be anybody's friend. I wasn't even good enough to just for somebody to speak to me sometimes. I really like lost myself to the point where it was so scary to me that I cried. And I don't remember the last time I cried. Like, I never cried so hard. You know that cry you get when your head starts banging and your mouth is hurting, your eyes are hurting, like everything just hurt, like you physically, like you felt like your entire being, not just your body, your mind, your soul was just crying too. Like it was just that painful cry. There was nobody to see you, so I really needed it. I'm like, I don't know, it's like I tear a lot. That's just my anxiety when I start having a freaking anxiety attack. And I want to start hyperventilating and crying angry tears and stuff. I'm like, I had to choose between like a lot of things. I had to choose myself and worrying about everybody else. I had to choose between my physical and my mental health and making money. And after once I realized these things about myself, I started on this slow, painful journey trying to find myself, to fall in love with myself, and I'm still struggling with it. Like, every day I have minor setbacks that put me in, doesn't put me back in that dark place, but puts me, right there at the edge, looking down at everything I was trying so hard to I can't say run away, but defeat. Progress of trying to find myself, I slowly started to come across little things that slowly build me back up. You know how on Facebook we see all these different types of videos talking about just any and everything, about everyday things that we all go through. I came across one about working, and it's exactly what I needed to hear to realize I had to choose between my mental and my physical well-being and making money. And you're gonna make all this money, stressing yourself, physically hurting yourself, making yourself sick, to just sit there and pay off these medical bills from your job. So I had to choose. And they said, why stress yourself over a job that's not gonna, who's gonna replace you tomorrow? So I had to realize that I had to choose myself. I had to learn to choose myself with everything. I had to change my availability. So now, my choice, I'm working nothing but day shifts. I used to just do nothing but overnights. So now I'm working day shifts at a totally different store. My choice. It's still kind of stressful, but honestly, I've rarely had any anxiety attacks. I never felt like that. Being here, I didn't really feel like I had to walk away. I did have one incident recently, but I like when you just it gets busy. Like all jobs get busy, but it was my choice. I couldn't work with a lot of people, so I went to another store. I started coming across other things that were slowly helping me. Like YouTube is my basically my Netflix, my cable, my TV, however you want to say it. I watch everything on YouTube. So I've talked about this in other videos of how like certain YouTubers inspire me. I've said that I've watched the leaders videos before, but they were mainly his exposed videos and stuff like that, and then I came across his gaming channel, but I can't necessarily say it was his gaming channel. Like, yeah, he helped me to laugh while I was in my dark place, like really just genuinely laugh, and I enjoyed that feeling because nothing seemed to excite me anymore. Like nothing. Like no matter what I did, like I just wasn't laughing. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to speak to anybody. But when you work at a job where you have to speak to somebody, I just spoke to the customers, and it was crazy how I hid my depression. Because even my coworker, like, she didn't realize till like after a couple of months. Because I was in this for a couple of months. It's October now, and I started this job in the end of June of last year. My birthday's in September. And it was a slow progress from September. Once I realized, but I was still in that dark place for months. So I'd have to say maybe in February, maybe March, she realized when I really started talking to her more, because that's why I said, like, I want to give up my Thursdays and not have to work overnight anymore, but I genuinely like working with her. Yeah, it gets busy, it gets hectic, but it's good for my mental well-being because it's like a therapy session, but okay, I started looking at little things and it's really easy. When I came across his video, he helped me to laugh because I was at the point where I couldn't even smoke anymore. Like, it was just making me feel weird. Like, I'm starting to think it was because I was, like, such in a dark place that my weed was, like, almost my escape. It helped with everything, and it just felt like it wasn't doing anything. Like, I felt like I was just spending my money trying to chase a high. I just couldn't get it anymore. So once I took a break from that, I started watching the leading videos, and I have to say his gamer videos, his gameplays, really helped me. Like mentally, like working my overnight days to come into stress. I couldn't sleep. I didn't want to do anything. Like it was so hard to like just be able to have some form of peace to fall asleep. But then once I really started watching his videos, I was laughing. I was genuinely enjoying myself, and it started to really help with me mentally, like coming work. Like I used to want to smoke to relax, and his videos, like it's basically watching his videos were the high I was chasing for a very long time, trying to chase. And then after what made me want to like reevaluate my dreams and focus on my dreams, I came across one of his videos, and I've spoken about this before. His video, My Digital Story, I think it was called. I watched that video, and it made me realize a lot of things, because I had stopped my dreams way before I started working at this job, because I had so many setbacks when trying to branch out in my film career. every time I felt like somebody was there for me, and he was gonna have my back, we was gonna work together and do all these things to get to work on one of my films. Something always happened, and somebody said, "Oh, why don't you change it to please other people?" And I was just like, why do I need to change my dreams? What I worked so hard on. I put so much of my heart and my soul, my passion, everything I've had in me to write these stories, to want to be able to share them with people. I can't speak, but it seemed to never want to work out. And then before coming out here, I lost a lot of things, personal things from my childhood, things I can never get back. Like, I've freaking lost my whole hard drive that had my whole entire career on, my portfolio with all my work. I had journals of things that I wanted to share, to talk about, and I lost it all, and I just felt like, almost felt like I was at a point where it was almost too late for me to accomplish my dreams, to try and share with everybody. But watching his video, my digital story, made me realize a lot of things about my career that I knew and really needed to work on, to get back to. I'm slowly trying to get into the progress. See, I have setbacks every day. Some days you might see videos from me, some days you might get videos from me every single day. It's really hard to keep yourself in that place. Every day I get up and tell myself about, just talk to myself, give myself a mental pep talk about myself. Like, I need to focus on me, I need to focus on myself, that I am confident in all things. Just tell myself that I'm beautiful, that I want to be happy within myself. Just gotta, they say, if you keep saying it, keep telling yourself that, then eventually it will come true. Hoping if I tell myself every time, give myself little minor pep talks when I feel like I'm about to go back into that dark place, that I just need to keep my confidence and keep on going, just for me, focus on me, and the right people will come along. And then there's Riah Bee. I've talked about her in videos too, and I was so happy when she was doing a live stream one time, and she was with Foxy Hot Mess, something like. Sorry, I just know everybody she calls me Foxy, but she was doing a live stream, and I said it to her. I told her, I was like, my exact words were, "Why are you so awesome? You inspire me to rediscover myself, fall in love with myself." There was something else that I said, but I can't remember. Even though, like, I was just so happy, put a big smile on my face. I didn't even, like, care that she mispronounced my name wrong, because a lot of people do. Not my real name, just the little name I go by on my social media accounts. Riah Lala. A lot of people think it's Riah. That's what I'm like, I think I need to put on, like, the side of everything, how it's pronounced, so everybody could pronounce it right. But I was just so happy, because I can truly say that she was probably the topping. Discovering her video again was the topping on really getting myself out of that dark place. Because watching her videos and watching it from when she first started to where she is now, and all the confidence she's built in herself and finding herself, it's just, I want to find that motivation. I'm not saying I want to be like her. I just want to have that confidence in myself to know who I am, to be that in love with myself, to be that confident with myself, to know where I stand with myself, to be happy within myself, no matter what people say, that I know I'm going to be okay. Even though nobody knows if they're ever going to be okay, and that's a fear that I've always had. That's a fear that everybody's going to have, all of us, especially being adults. We never know if we're going to completely get our shit together and be okay mentally, physically, financially, emotionally, spiritually. Like, nobody really knows. But to have that drive and inspiration to keep on going, to go for that, even though you don't know the outcome. When I have that passion and inspiration and drive, all of that motivation, like, I really felt like I lost my motivation for life. And then it was a slow progress. I just have to tell myself, repeat it to myself, that you are confident, that you will get there at one point. You just have to keep on going. So, like, I have setbacks every single day about with my writing, with my film, that you always see. And just like I do have writing block, and I want to get back into my writing, but it's so hard when I don't want to force it, because at some point down the line I've heard it, read it, seen it somewhere, and I don't want my writing on to my film or anything. And I was supposed to do this whole vlog. of me going to New York, and I spent the whole week in New York. I was talking about it for months. I said it, mentioned it in all my videos, and not one single thing went the way it was supposed to. And it was a learning lesson. It made me realize a lot of things about myself, and how, like, somebody had pointed out to me, and he's not really talking to me anymore, and it kind of sucks, because I really consider them friends, and I did speak to you about things that I wouldn't speak to other people, but I can't even be mad, because I did to him what everybody else has been doing to me. And it's not like he was a bad guy, but I was making time for all the wrong people. And I was saving my time for people that were not saving their time for me, making time for me. Because they say there's a difference. There's a difference between making time for somebody and having just having free time. It go quite well. I didn't even get to film or do anything, also because I did hang out with somebody else, and we caught up for old time's sake. We did the same thing we usually do: smoke, eat. It was hard when you could conflict with trying to be a good friend and wanting to have a good time because you're also on vacation, but you couldn't leave your friend behind because you was once in that dark place. And so was she. And I wanted to do it all I can to help her, because even though now we don't have like the best friendship we used to have, it's kind of rocky, but at one point she was there for me. She let me into her home and had me back, and I couldn't just leave her hanging like that. So that's basically what I did. That was really about it. I didn't film at all. I didn't even touch my camera. I didn't do anything I planned to do. I was speaking to people about this for months, and when the time came, once I got out there, shit didn't change from when I lived in New York. So once I came back home, and I realized that poor choices I was working on making friends and keeping friends, I realized that I have nobody to blame but myself. Like, yes, shit happens, but after some point, it's you're making choices, whether you're like, you know that you're making them or not. It's your choices, because you get stuck in this cycle, and you keep doing the same thing over because it's what you're used to, and you keep wondering why is this happening to you, why you having all this bad luck, because we put ourselves in these situations, and we don't realize until after the fact. So I realized that all these poor judgments I was making as friends, so I still like kind of make friends the same way I do. I still make friends the same way, but I'm very more self-conscious about, I pay attention to how they move and everything. I'm coming across all these people around me, like co-workers, sometimes they're customers, because all I do is work. But I'm meeting all those people that are slowly getting into that dark place, and I almost feel like all of this is happening for a reason. I feel like, okay, I've been through this, maybe I'm here to help them or whatever, or we all just work together to rebuild ourselves. Because it's all females. I haven't met any guys that are in a fucking place. Well, guys don't really show their emotions, but a lot of them are going through a lot of stuff, and honestly, like, I'm still helping myself, but I also want to help them too, because I know what it feels like, and I'm there every day, and I tell them, I was like, I know I'm not completely one to talk, but I've been where you're at. I've had minor setbacks every single second sometimes it feels like, but I have to give myself a mental pep talk almost every day to remind myself that I am a good person, I am kind, I am beautiful, I am strong, I am confident, and each day I can make it through. I will survive, and I'm here for a reason. I'm here to do bigger and better things, great things, and I also feel part of it is to help others, because all I want to do is help people, because I've been through a lot. I want to help people through my film, my writings, and just be able to let people know that you can come talk to me. These women that I've met, like, they're all going through their own type of problem, but they're all close to that. They're like all just seem like they're all just standing on an edge, same edge I'm all too familiar with, and I'm constantly on. And being in that dark single place is no joke. It's no fun. And I just wanna let people know that everything you go through, it's not wrong to feel any type of way. Depression is no joke, and I just want people to know there are people out there that have been where you're at, and sometimes you can't always build yourself up with somebody who's already built themselves, who's already found themselves. Sometimes the best journeys are the ones who are struggling just like you, that need the help too. Sometimes you need help from somebody who needs help themselves. You need to help each other and to work on it. Sometimes you have to do it by yourself, and sometimes you can't do it by yourself. And I feel like some of these mental things are not always best by yourself, but you're not always by yourself. You still have God that follows you through all your journeys, but sometimes you have to work. You have to start with yourself. Give yourself mental talks every single day. Tell yourself it's alright. You will be okay. You're confident, you're kind, you're beautiful, you're strong. You're all of these amazing qualities about yourself. And you have to start telling yourself that first in order for somebody else to tell you. Because once you start building yourself and working on you, the right people will come along. The right people that were meant to be in your life. We have all these temporary people that are called lessons. Some of them are meant to be here for a long time, teach us a long message, and some of them are just there for a second, like a breeze, a season, like. But you have to take everything as a learning lesson of things, and you have to take some things are going to get better. My camera is dying. I've been talking about this long. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I hope this video could help somebody else that will find himself in a dark place and to know that everything is okay. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm Riah, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.